in the future on YouTube. We took a few minutes to try to get things set up, but I think we're good to go now. And try to do some online play, which I haven't tried yet. But I'm ready as soon as you guys are to hit preparation complete.
Select a mission.
I don't think that as the host I'm able to ready up, so I think I just have to wait for Mega Man and Burner to both hit OK, and then I can go in, right? Okay.
Choose loadout.
I thought it would. I see. Gotcha.
Deploying.
It's interesting that they have a preset option for please select a weapon that works. So you keep your gear across missions, but you can't bring like OP gear into a mission, which makes sense.
Yes, sir! It's a mistake, right? It has to be! The giant insects were supposed to be exterminated 7 years ago!
To save our mother Earth from any alien attack.
The citizens are being attacked! Fire! Save them! Why are there giant insects?
Why are there giant insects everywhere? This game is so goofy. So it doesn't do like a level syncing thing for your weapons, like when you join a lower level mission, you have to pick from your older gear. You can't lose lower level gear in this game, right? And there are certain pickups that I always want to get because they're potentially permanent, right? Some pickups determine whether or not you get drops at the end of the stage. This game is so crazy over the top. I gotta love it.
Ranger 1, report the situation.
We engaged with giant insects and defeated a number of them.
What did you say? That's impossible.
That's impossible. I wonder if when playing multiplayer, if we're sharing drops or if you can like steal a drop from somebody else. What you say? I think I mentioned this last time. The fact that they localized that as giant, they like didn't give them a name, right? It sounds so weird in English. Is this the meaning of giant insects? Shotguns are remotely realistic. Effective at more than 10 feet. I feel like games probably do that for balance reasons, otherwise everyone would always use a shotgun all the time.
Alright, we got tanks!
Infantry, stay close to the armor.
Ain't nobody getting past these babies.
You heard the man.
Giant insects.
Our soldiers aren't prepared for any alien threat.
So if you're playing single player, the other soldiers sing along with you automatically. I see. That's pretty great. Shot for airstrikes, okay. Yeah, Mega Man is playing as a class that I don't think I've unlocked yet that gives you a jetpack. We had that stage earlier with the spiders capturing them in their webs, where you're asking like, are they blind? Are they flying into the webs on purpose? Like, why is this happening?
This party's not over yet.
You're in tight quarters generally in R6 Siege.
After 7 years, but soon they'll be.
The game sounds really cool. I should try it at some point.
Nothing to fear. Let's exterminate them. Yes, sir.
Keep the giant creatures away from the tanks.
Just the meaning of giant insects? I'd be down to check it out. Like, do you think the newbie experience is acceptable? Because I bet you have to play it online, right? Oh god. Sometimes I get worried with online games that have been out for so long that I'll get wrecked because anyone who's playing it is really good at it. I guess that's what matchmaking's for. Try to join the EDFs here. Oh, we got EDF. There's different versions with more exclamation points. Cool. Terrorist hunters versus bots. This is pretty fun multiplayer. I can see why people would want to play this multiplayer primarily, right? But technically I can keep equipping better and better stuff as we go, right?
Rangers can equip 2 weapons. Choose loadout.
Because the restriction's gonna get higher, like we'll be able to use higher and higher weapons as we go. Up the weapon level limit. I'll see if it lets me. It doesn't look like it. Is that just to make it so that people aren't like one-shotting everything? I could reform the room to up the level limit if that helps.
This is the lobby. Here you can
See if it gives it to me in the create room.
Select
Normal.
Select
Yeah, it's grayed out for me, so maybe that's only something you can do later in the game. Just change the limit. Or not AI PC classes, I see.
change room settings.
Set phrase. Oh, it's to get people like interested in joining it. I see. Oh, but I need to have the chat turned off before I open it, I think. So we're not getting echo. Sorry, I'll reform one more time. Learning how this works.
Here you can join
Keep this on
rooms.
sublock, I'll be able to do it faster next time. Okay. Don't see what you say, this is a tonal shift. It's basically about cleaning, right? Just cleaning up insects. In Rumo, we ran over a line of ants, so it was basically the same thing. Basically identical. But I understand now. So the reason it wasn't letting me do preparation complete before is because my weapon was too high. I'm surprised they haven't moved to a weapon level syncing system, because I feel like
Deploying.
the main feature of a weapon level is how much damage it deals, right? Like, you can have two sniper rifles that are mechanically identical, except one does 100 damage and one does 10 damage.
Giant insects! They're being attacked! Shoot! Save the citizens! Yes, sir!
Thank you. This game feels like playing like a 1980s like Godzilla movie. Localization and all. Like, Not like the more cerebral Godzilla movies, but like the crazy ones with the giant cast of monsters. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's pretty awesome. Especially since it came out like 4 years ago. And there's another game that's in the process of being localized. More recently released game. So interesting that you jump when moving forward, but roll of moving if you're strafing.
Situation report.
I love all the citizens yelling all over the place. Being attacked by giant insects.
Yes, I'm the Ravager researcher, O'Hara. I would like to offer advice to the soldiers.
Oh shit.
After examining dead giant insects, I found something surprising.
Just like in training.
7 years, they have evolved and grown stronger. They are covered by a stronger shell and cannot be killed easily. But it is not a problem. EDF's equipment has also grown
It's not a problem. This game might have my favorite localization of all time.
insects. I wish you
It's like, it's bad on purpose, it seems like.
This is Ranger 16.
Like, it seems like it's like a step away from having been localized by Google Translate, which is great.
Ranger 16. You're supposed to be trained.
100% useless idiots plus me.
This is Ranger 2. We are fighting giant
Super interested to see what the next game in the series is going to be like. This game feels very arcadey as well.
What sharp pinchers!
What sharp pincers?
Ranger 16. They're picking up people like rag dolls.
Hey Ethan, how you doing?
Ranger 6. Send wing diver unit backup. It will take time for wing divers to arrive. Hold your ground. You need to protect the citizens.
Protect the citizens. I'll try.
Are the wing divers here yet? No matter how much the giant insects evolved, they can't fly, so we can destroy them with an air attack.
We did this last session in single player, but it's so funny to me. They can't fly. I'm not foreshadowing the appearance of flying giant insects, or giant insects that can some way counter our flying troops. It's like they told him to, like he was directed to do it a certain way, right? It's fantastic. Next game's been out since January, it only just came out on Steam though. I see. Is there a long localization delay between the Japanese and US release of these games? I know a lot of games are getting like simultaneous worldwide releases now. Try seeing if I can get a better gun now.
Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
My stuff's all too high level
Choose
in general.
loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
It looks like the level limit increases as we progress, if I'm understanding it correctly. English PS4 version came out in January, I see. Up to 2. 422 or less on armor. Can't use text in game either, even the preset messages like these ones. No, we couldn't find a way to turn off the voice in game because it sounds like the in-game voice protocol is not great, at least for stream. let's protect Mega Man. Yeah, if we do, Burner, if you want to keep this on your sub block, if we do it next time when I schedule it, I'll try to contact you and Mega Man beforehand, and anyone else that wants to join to do some voice testing beforehand. I feel like I would probably take, I wouldn't want to use up your whole sub block doing audio troubleshooting, right? I guess it makes sense that the progression is separate in multiplayer versus single player, but it's a little bit of a bummer. It'd been cool if we could just pick up from the last level. Oh, the entire building's just completely falling apart. No big deal. The closest thing I can think of thematically to this is Starship Troopers. I watched it again recently. Andrea hadn't seen it. I never played Spaz. No, what kind of game is it?
Divers are natural enemies of giant insects. Once they get here, the giant insects are finished. Giant insects can't fly. We'll get them in one swoop.
They say it like 20 times you're at level 2. Oh, it's wonderful. There's a case where the character's not being genre savvy enhances my enjoyment. Spaz is the perfect game. There's pirates and zombies. Right on. I like space. I like pirates. Oh, look at that wild weapon there. Scrolling through the preset chat options is pretty fun too. Whoa, Burner's in a tank. I didn't realize we could get in the tanks before. That's cool. I can't ride the tank though.
Insect's vital force is stronger than I ever imagined. If they were evolving underground, hidden away, we won't know what to expect. We have to investigate. Artillery unit deployed to objective point.
Good foot. I kept thinking that they were gonna do the Futurama joke where it's like a pagoda and it says Omaha, Nebraska on the screen. It's like, yeah, this is Japan. It's fine. Murder's going ham with the tank here. Very cool. So I guess I wonder after this session whether there's infinite inventory space for weapons. It seems like that's a good idea then if you're going to be playing with people that have a weapon limit set. To have a lot of different weapons of different level tiers. If it forces you to throw some out over time.
Roger. It's time to hunt. Where's our prey?
Some game tried to do the pretend it isn't Japan thing in the last 10 years. Is Phoenix Wright older than 10 years old now? I feel like Phoenix Wright did it a little bit, right? It was a little bit less on the nose about it. I don't know if like modern Phoenix Wrights have stopped doing that.
We have pushed the limits to keep our weight light, so we are very lightly armored. Remember, speed is light, and avoid enemy attacks.
It's your hamburgers, Apollo. Burner's wrecking face with that tank. It's pretty great.
Divers are fighting. Ranger team, Storm team, this is your chance. Exterminate all the giant insects.
I don't know if we've seen it in most media in general. It used to be a pretty common trope in localized anime. Like in like the 80s and 90s.
Contact has been broken with Wing Diver 4. Looks like something happened. Confirm the Storm team.
Wing divers are fighting.
What's going on? Giant insects can't fly. There's no way the Wing Divers would lose.
Are we losing?
I'm using motion controls. Oh, this is fun. Summon vehicles and call in airstrikes. Oh, that's cool. There's no friendly fire though, right? Alright, let's see.
Choose loadout.
Up to level 3. The weapon limit is getting higher as we go.
Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Well, I don't think I have anything that's in like
Rangers can equip 2
more than
weapons.
0 but less than 10. Which is fine. Change color. I see that lets me scale my armor to whatever is restricted for the stage. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the right direction to take this is to eventually level sync everything. I guess I'm so spoiled by level sync in the games that have it now, you know. Especially if there are different versions of the same weapon that simply do more or less damage, you know. Friendly fire, your class has no armor. Oh, okay. We can both drive vehicles? Cool, I'll try it out this time. I didn't realize there was friendly fire. I was firing blindly into Gook. I'm gonna kill everyone. Really takes the guesswork out of surgery. No more stabbing blindly into goop.
Wing Divers, what happened?
What?
What's the situation?
Webs?
Wing Diver, I'm captured by the enemy.
I love this stage. You said it trapped the cat. Like, how did you miss the giant fucking web? It's fine, it works.
Wing Divers.
Let me go.
Daenerys kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
We'll all be killed.
Whoops.
I can't move. Help. He's coming.
No, like you were saying, what was it?
This is impossible.
Everyone in the EDF is a moron except for the player character.
No way we could have predicted this.
Escape is impossible. Ooh, I'm trying.
Does it mean they knew what we were doing?
It was an ambush by the giant insects. They got us in a trap.
Try to get closer to more melee range spiders. I know there are some melee range ones.
Damn it!
Yes, sir!
They make such old school, like, Galaga sounding effects when you shoot them too.
To eliminate the giant insects.
Armor-plated vehicle great.
But the Ravager technology has evolved beyond that.
Oh man, building falling.
I don't want to die! No!
Come on.
Somebody!
They're gonna let Mega Man get some melee damage in, right?
Our forces have now dwindled and we pull back to regroup.
Don't come here! They caught up! He's done something!
Yo, we multiplied and formed a massive group. We better beat these monsters or we'll all turn to soup. D-E-D-F.
Like, not that the EDF does anything. We arrive, we deploy, we leave, we show up. Like those like shanty chants are actually kind of well done. So it means the localization style has to be on purpose, right?
Progress of the giant insects exceeds human wisdom. Progress
Deploy, dwindle, and pull back. Hey! God. This game's super goofy. 6 armor. Hey! It's Ravanon. Thanks for joining us. I know you were trying to pop in, Ravanon. That's cool. This game locks my mouse. I need to come up with a solution for it for the future, so I don't have to alt-tab in and out whenever I want to do anything with the stream. Technically, I have 2 PCs running with 1 mouse between them, and some games don't let you move the mouse outside the bounds of the window.
Deploying.
Nice. This is your introduction? Have you played it before? In for a treat. Nice. The dream. Yeah, maybe we can plan on doing this multiplayer from now on, and in the future when I schedule it, the week I schedule it, I'll try to schedule like 20 minutes or so to do some audio testing with Discord. I didn't even think about doing a multiplayer today. I thought we'd do single player a little bit longer, but that makes sense. Like, especially if you don't share progress, right? Oh god, get off me. Can I shoot this thing off me? Some spider somewhere has grabbed me, and I can't get out of it. No! Let me out! There we go. Thank you! That's worth a medal.
There's an isolated team. Go back them up. This is O'Hara. Soldiers, I would like to name the new giant insect Retarius. Retarius catches its prey in a net. Take extra caution.
In a net?
Rescue the people caught in the web. Don't leave them behind, no matter what.
I'm gonna try to get some of this healing over here if I can before I die. There we go. What the? Yeah, I think like a fun, natural progression of this sort of gameplay would be level syncing and probably like difficulty syncing. Because it seems like it's got sort of that Diablo 3 style approach where you're meant to play on higher difficulties to increase your reward once you're one-shotting stuff, right? But it'd be kind of cool if the game could tell you're doing really well, so we're gonna scale the challenge. I'm super dead. I'm super dead. I am super duper dead. Super dead. And that's the end of Marstead.
The speed of the bastard's progress is unfathomable. At this rate, Earth will become a giant insect planet. This nest has to be destroyed as soon as
Earth will become a giant insect planet. Thanks, Bernard. Good looking out. He's got grabbed by a, press the vehicle rescue. Okay. Good looking out, Burner. Just gotta watch for red webs.
I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, so I'm not super clear on that. Are they aliens? I think they just kind of come out of the ground one day, right? It's kind of a Godzilla sort of story. Are you sleeping underneath the earth and one day they just kind of show up? Okay, the spider's on somebody, it looks like. Yeah, like, for how goofy the localization is, they really got voice actors to, like, give their all for it, right? It's very impressive to me.
time to lose. We need to go underground to destroy the nest and stop their progress. If Pretarius
To
says
save our
arms
Mother
there,
Earth from
we
any
might have to
alien
expect more
attack
new
from
species
vicious
coming out
giant
later.
insects who have
There's a
once
danger
again
that
come
the
back.
flying insects
Will
may
unleash all
have
our
evolved
forces.
Different voice actors for each one.
to our wing divers. We can never let the giant insects take over the Earth.
VEDF deploys.
Oh man, wonderful. That's cool that you can res. Is there an unlimited number of reses in each mission? Alright, let's see. We're up to... weapon level limit is still 3, so... Uses up your health to res. Oh, that's interesting. So there's technically a limited amount of resing based on how many healing items are in the stage. Actually, I might switch. I might try, since I'm not really using the assault rifle very much.
Choose loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Whoa. Holy, slow down, Batman. I could use my healing item.
Deploy Deploying.
That was so weird. Like, the frame rate tanked to like 5 while I was in menus, and as soon as I got out of the menu, it was fine.
Turn on your helmet lights.
The underground entrance is supposed to be in this mall.
If we
Players
leave
are
the
leaving the
giant
combat
insects
area.
alone,
We cannot help.
they will continue to evolve unchallenged. We have
Our
to wipe them
forces
out
have
before
now
that happens.
dwindled, and we pull back to regroup.
Begin
I'm on it. Hold on.
The enemy has multiplied and formed a massive group. Check your weapons. We better beat these bugs before we're all
It's different voice actors. Different lines. There it is. Good looking out, Robin. There I regroup with group. Oh man.
up ahead. Let's go.
Yes, sir!
The underground entrance is just past the station. Come with me. To save our mother Earth from any alien attack.
Depth crawlers can light up the area for you. Air raiders, call for depth crawlers to support the assault unit.
This is the game to me now. It's trying to time the shouts as perfectly as possible in multiplayer. By far the most OP victory chant. Victory chant number 3. Oh, that's cool. Healy thing.
So many giant insects have survived. We thought we were getting rid of them, but they were increasing.
I heard these lines last time, and it's so fucking funny. We thought we were getting rid of them, but they were increasing. That's so... I swear to God, it's like... If it's not translated by Google Translate, it's like someone took a short pass at the Google Translate
If we don't do it now,
localization.
mankind will be destroyed.
Even though we drove out the Ravagers, it doesn't look like we won.
It survived after all that?
Our soldiers are prepared for any alien
We just
threats.
have to destroy
Alien! Gets an extra syllable out of the letter N.
Navy launches ships,
said that the
the Air
giant
Force sends
insects
their
are
jets,
endangered.
and nothing can withstand our
Humans are the
fixed
endangered
bayonets.
The EDF and nothing can withstand our fixed bayonets.
Go team.
Waiting nearby. Stop it!
Best haunted house ever.
So this is like a healing tether thing if you're near it. Okay. Does it count as friendly fire if you blow yourself up?
This is Ranger 21. We're fighting a giant spider-like bug. Ah, the thread!
The thread. God. I would love to watch like an hour-long documentary about the localization of this game. I suspect that it's on purpose. It's almost better. Well, I don't know. Both of them are pretty funny.
There's too many! We can't kill them all! This is Ranger 12. Send support! Crap! Save us! Ah! Save me! I'm trapped in thread!
The number of giant insects is more than we could imagine.
Like, okay. Does anyone know? Are there different words in Japanese for web and thread?
What is this? More and more casualties!
Or net and web? I guess I could see it being called a spider net. I'm trapped in thread. They keep up the cheese level. That's good.
What is this? What is this?
I was worried that this level of cheese wasn't possible in 2001X. Like, weapon net are the same in Finnish as well. So you'd say like spider net.
There is no room for defeat. It's a fight we must win. But I requested backup from the Air Force. The heavy air support aircraft Whale with the 120mm cannon is heading this way. It will blow the
Such a
giant
clausy.
insects away.
The heavy air support Whale with the 120mm cannon. Oh, that one. They actually like digging in this one. Nice. Ah. Got me there, yeah, hun.
Unit dispatching as requested. Self-propelled howitzer and self-propelled rocket launcher are heading this way. Once they arrive, you can get fire support.
The fight starts now.
Looks like multiplayer is quite a bit faster than single player. I think this is about where we got to last session. I'll go ahead and give you when we're like 6 minutes to get the audio set up. Burner, I'll just give it back to you since that was my bad for not asking about multiplayer this week. We'll just start the last game a little bit late. But I do need to, because you can't quit play mid-mission, right? Like if you quit mid-mission, you lose all your progress. So I might want to wrap after the next one, and if you've got time left over, I'll just put it in your bank for your next session if that works. So one of those games is a little bit janky in that respect. Means net and web, or any similar structure. Come to think of it, we don't really need to have two different words for it, do we? I guess web implies sticky. And web, when used alone, doesn't have much... there's no ambiguity about its use, meaning to be trapped. If that makes sense. So the enemy stats are scaling in multiplayer based on how many are in the room. But like your gear doesn't scale, right? And like the difficulty level won't go up if it detects you're doing really well. I guess granted, Diablo doesn't do that either. It kind of does via how you go about unlocking greater rift levels, which you still opt into stages. I'd like to see a future Diablo-style action RPG do like dynamic difficulty adjustment, though, because a lot of the like mastery of these sorts of games is being able to calibrate what your current capability maps to in terms of a difficulty level. They added mouse support at the menu. It seems like a pretty fun community. People are into EDF.
Storm Team, heavy air support aircraft Whale is in the air above you. Bombardment from the air is possible. Lead the target to Air Raider.
What are we supposed to do now?
This is Whale, currently circling designated area. Ground forces, don't worry. You have a friend in the air.
I'd love to see a Western dev do a take on this too, because this seems like it's its own genre, right? Super corny giant monster multiplayer looter shooter.
Flying fortress. Vulcan gun, rockets, and 120mm gun are ready.
I'm still gonna watch Mega Man's gun here.
That couldn't be true.
Oh really? They've like licensed this game out? Oh yeah, I saw Mega Man using that earlier.
Confirmed transport helicopter Hydra
It's
formation.
nuts.
It looks like the transport unit Porters has arrived.
It's here.
This
I like that I can see where Burner's aiming in the tank. That's cool.
Drop in combat area upon request.
Okay, porters, stand by in the air. Wait for support request. This is
Oh, sure, if you're able to get out of it, why not?
transport unit porters arrived on the scene.
I need to figure out which button it is.
Upon request.
Ah, I found it! It was the last button I tried. I'm on a controller. Oops, I may have just ran over a citizen.
Artillery unit has arrived.
Roger.
That's pretty satisfying.
Executing support mission. Self-propelled howitzer and rocket launcher preparations complete. Air reader will indicate attack target. Upon request, will discharge. They'll break into thousands of pieces.
Someone said howitzer. Oh, well... that can happen. Whoops. Sorry. I shot a dead spider in front of me and it counted as... I didn't realize it would still have an active hitbox. Oops.
Reloading now.
For dinner. Hell is down.
I'm hurt. Loading out.
Oh, it was just a coincidence? I thought I blew myself up by shooting something in front of me.
Bring it on! Neutralized!
Oh, it doesn't actually have a voice line. Bummer.
Straight ahead!
We're using that one again for sure. Oh, there's different recordings for it. I'm powering up over here.
Has leaked. The information was announced by the media.
They got wind of it, huh? We'll find
Okay,
out.
scream is something bad happened. Gotcha.
I'll follow you!
Alright, these are quick enough. I think we can fit in one more. I show 11 minutes left if we ignore the 6 minutes of setup. So we'll do one more and then we'll call it there. And if there's a little bit of overage, we'll just cut it in the next subblock. Up to level 4. Still don't have any new weapons. That's okay. Try to see if I can figure out the weapon limit thing later. Maybe you can turn off the weapon limit after you've already beaten the campaign in multiplayer. So I don't want people just showing up with like max level weapons and nuking everything in one hit. My best guess. %of missions over all difficulties. And that lets you unlock weapon limit. I see. So he's only a web made by a spider or an insect. I see. There's a... oh yeah, there is a radar. Okay, I'll see if I notice it this time. There's a radar in this game? Like, oh yeah, that's right. There's all the little red dots everywhere.
Strategic Command HQ to Storm Team. There is a team in battle. This is the artillery fire team. Please specify the target.
Oh, shit. Whoops. That's a gate. Now it's not a gate. Hey, I got rid of the gate, guys. I'm helping. Helping. I'm helping. I see, so the little symbols on the radar are the different classes we can be. R is Ranger, W is Wing Diver. Are these the least useful in this game? I got a crazy Stinger missile last time, but I think it's too high level for me to use in multiplayer. I'm demoralizing those spiders. Showing them my war face. It's pretty crazy, you watch you. Alright, mothership seems to suggest they're aliens. Oh my god, the localization's so good!
The giant insects resumed their actions at the same time as the Ravager invasion. I wonder what influence the Ravagers and giant insects have on each other.
Alright, watch for airstrikes. I see. Big red circle. Ravagers on the moon? What? So was there an EDF game that didn't feature giant insects at some point? That was against aliens, and it was like, okay, we already fought the insects, now we're gonna fight aliens for a while. And then 4.1 is about bringing back the insects. Didn't hear you say, oh shit, but that's straight. Man, that spider got fucking launched. Wow. Pretty great.
To save our Mother Earth from any alien attack, from vicious giant insects who have once again come back. We unleash all our forces, we won't cut them any slack.
We won't cut them any slack.
V-E-D-F-D place.
Yeah! Internet fist bump, Ravanon. We have the right priorities over here. Is this the meaning of the capabilities of the EDF? No! There's one behind me. Oh, wait. Where is it? Hello, friend. Nice. Enemies everywhere. Yeah, airstrike seems pretty good. Try really hard not to shoot into this wall here, right? And be very sad as a result. Ooh, man, I just got wrecked by something. Thank you.
Emergency transmission from Command HQ. We have a big problem. The Ravager fleet is on the move.
What'd you say?
They have left the moon for the Earth.
Damn it. Grissa means to fight off 10
He's my
motherships.
party cut.
Even with the EDF's increased strength, we don't have the manpower.
Tracking system. Lock on. Transporting E-silos again. Missiles ready to launch. Startup sequence of Equator linear cannon has commenced. We will try to defeat the mother ships by aiming for their atmospheric entry. When the linear cannon fires, the long-distance Tempest attack will begin.
Still, we can't hope to destroy them all. This is gonna be hell.
That's amazing! It's a battle we won before.
Cool. Thanks, guys. You had about 2 minutes on the time if we ignore the setup time at the beginning burner, so I'll refund that back to you next time, and I'll take some extra time to get voice testing set up. We'll switch to our last sub-block game for today.
Here
Thanks,
you can
folks.
join rooms
See you
with
guys in
other
a few.
players. You can also create your own rooms and invite others to play.